Hello learners, today I'm going to use this instructional screencast to teach you how to create a very basic gradebook using Microsoft Excel. For this, I already put in, for our marking period, the students' grades, and I'm going to show you how to calculate them and make a final grade. So first thing I'm going to do is give us some room to work with all these cells. So I'm going to select everything that we need, go to Format, go to our column width, and change it from 9 to about 15. So now we have some room to work with. The two assessment types that we have is, the first is projects, which is worth 70%. The second is exams, as worth 30% of our students' grades. To separate them a little bit more, to make it easier to view, what I'm going to do is select everything that we have to do with projects and go into this area here where we could format our cells. Go to fill. What we're going to do is fill all of our project grades with blue. And we're going to do the same here with our exam grades, but with a different color. We'll go with this lighter reddish pink color. Okay, also that makes it easier to view is I'm going to select everything that we're going to use and put all borders around all of our cells. This way it looks, for me, it looks easier to sort everything. Okay, the two averages we're going to create here for our projects and our exams. The first is projects, and I use this to where everything is based off 10 for the students' projects. In the 5 projects we have 50 points. So how I'm going to get the average for this is I'm going to put in our equals, and then we're going to put in the sum, we're going to add. Then in the parentheses we're going to put the cells that we're going to add. So all you have to do is take your cursor and select those 5 cells. Once we have our 5 cells, we close our parentheses. Then we divide it by our 50 of our total, and we get our average. Now we don't need to do this for each student. All we do is select a cell. There's going to be this little black box in the corner. We select that and drag it down, and it does it for all of our students. Okay, now what we do for exams is I'm going to show you something a little bit different, because say if an exam, if one exam might be out of 50 points, the second exam might be out of 30, and so on. We just put them in here as percentages. In Excel, for percentages, you put them in as a decimal. So 98% would be 0.98, 85% would be 0.85, and even if we export them in these decimals, all we do is select everything, change our format, change it from general down to percentage, and now we have our percentages. Now for our exam average, how we get that when everything is not the same, we're not adding and then then dividing. All we're doing is we're putting the equal sign, then we're going to calculate the average. Same with the parentheses. As we select our 3 grades, we close the parentheses, and now we have our exam average. Again, where we just click the box, and now we have all our students have their exam averages. Now once the marking period's over, we want to calculate a final grade. We have our 2 grades here, but we know projects are worth 70, exams are worth 30. So we go into our final grade here, and what we do again is we put our equals. Now make our parentheses. First we'll select our first cell that we need, which is G5, the project average. We times that by 0.7, representing our 70%. We close that, and now we add that to our exam average, which is our K5, and we're going to times that by 0.3, representing our 30%. So now we have our total average for student A. Again, we bring that down, and now we have our averages for all of our students for the marking period. Okay, now once we get all this, some other tools that we could work with is, one is the average of each assessment. If you want to know what the average was of all the exams or all of project number 2 here, it's the same as we've been doing, as where we put in the equals and average. Then we'll make our parentheses, select everything that we need, close it, hit enter, and then it gives us 8.7 was our average for project 1. And we could drag it across, and now we have our averages. Again, when these come out as decimals, we could switch them to our averages here. Okay, another feature that I like with this is we could conditional format grades. Say if we want to know who might be performing poorly. Say if our exam average, we'll select all our exams here, and we'll see who got below an 80. So we'll go to highlight cell rules. We'll go less than. We'll see who did less than 80%. And you see as it highlights in the red, fill in the red numbers of the students below 80. And you could do that with any number. Another thing that we could do is we could, when we select all of our cells here, what we can do is we could sort. Here's our sort function up here. What I could do is I want to sort them by their project average, which is we'll go by column G here, values, and we'll go largest to smallest. So then we could sort by who did the best on their projects. Here would be student A, then E, and so on. That's a good way maybe to find the median of the students' grades for a particular assessment. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is a way to make this file secure so you could send it to somebody else. Well, how we do that is I'm going to go up to File. When we're in here, Protect Workbook, Encrypt with Password. What I'm going to do is maybe for this put DMET 540, hit OK. Usually it prompts you to do it again. Since I already had it in, I only had to do it once. Just make sure once you do that and you go back to home that you save it, that the password does save with it. So now when you send it out, the recipient will need to put in that password to get into this workbook. Now, thank you for viewing. I hope you've learned some valuable skills to make a workbook. I know I only showed two columns for the final grade, but you can make them as large as you would like. Remember, you could slow down or rewind the video to watch again if you run into any issues. Thank you and have a good day.